Good evening and a very warm welcome to Television Tonga News Package for tonight. Making headlines vital to provide first-hand support at home to the breast cancer victims. Tonga College marked its 131st anniversary over the weekend, and students from various high schools socialised to maintain peace among themselves. These and more stories later on in this bulletin, together with the latest in sports and weather. I'm Fatai Fenga with your news for tonight. Top leaders from Japan and Pacific Island nations, Tonga included, will hold a summit in a city near the crippled Fukushima nuclear power plant in 2015. Information from Back News says that the Japanese Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida made the announcement at a news conference after a meeting of ministers from Japan. The Honourable Prime Minister of Tonga, Lord Divano, and the reset of the 15-member Pacific Islands Forum in Tokyo to prepare for the triennial summit. The 2015 meeting will be held in Iwaki, a provincial city located about 40 kilometres from the plant. A massive earthquake and tsunami in March 2011 ravaged Japan's northeast coast and sparked a meltdown crisis at the plant, which has released into the environment. Japan's Minister for Reconstruction said in a statement that holding the Pacific Island Summit in a disaster-hit area will provide a chance to tell the world how Japan is making a strong recovery from the East Japan earthquake. Japan has hosted the summit 6 times since 1977 to discuss maritime order, resource management, and new ways to cooperate in trade and investment at a time when China is boosting its presence in the Pacific. At last year's summit held in Okinawa, Japan pledged aid of up to 500 million over 3 years to Pacific Island nations, of which Kishida said about 90% had been extended. To provide first-hand support by families at home to victims of breast cancer is one of the important issues raised by a survivor of breast cancer, Melinau, during a marching parade last Saturday as a wrap-up of the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. President of Tonga's Breast Cancer Society, Honourable Fatafehio Lapatuita, and Honourable Simon Tuvakano led the program, including the Acting Prime Minister, Honourable Sami Vaipolo, members and supporters of the program. The parade started from the Whaua Wharf along Wuna Road to the Tupolahi Road and turns left to the Salote Road before returning to the starting point. Speaking to Radio and Television Tonga News during the parade, Melinau says she had suffered from the cancer and has been a tragic time, but the support from her husband and children has become her inspiration to seek medical treatment. She also wished to thank the Breast Cancer Society for the effort to support women to speak out if it suffers from this cancer, as it is the only alternative to detect the problem in an early stage. I hope to encourage all the women and men out there that suffers from breast cancer to be outspoken about it, in order for the health officials to be aware of the problems in an early stage. Not only that, but it is important that they seek advice from the right people at the right time. Our attitude also plays a very important role in preventing the problem. That is part of many programs conducted to mark the Breast Cancer Awareness Month in Nuku'alofa, which includes a Bink Luncheon, the Nuku'alofa Bicycle Program, and others. The Ports Authority in the last financial year has had a net profit of 1.2 million pa'anga. This was revealed by the Chief Executive Officer of the Ports Authority, Moses Elavemai, in an interview with Television Tonga News. He says this is the first time they have had a net profit of 1 million pa'anga. However, the dividend was presented to the Minister of Public Enterprises, Honourable Fe'a Wakata, from the Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Ports Authorities, Stephen Atwoods. Sinlatu reports.
The CEO of Ports Authority, Moses Elavemai, says 50% of the ministry's net profit has been put aside as their dividend for the government. For the 2012 financial year, the Ports Authority had a profit of 1.7 million ba'anga. The tax of 400,000 ba'anga was taken from it, with a remaining net profit of 1.2 million ba'anga. A 50% of that 1.2 million ba'anga was put aside and was presented to the government as our dividend. That 50% was totaled at more than 600,000 ba'anga. This is the first time the Ports Authority has had a net profit of 1 million ba'anga. The Ports Authority presented their dividend during their annual meeting with the Ministry of Public Enterprises. In the same meeting, the dividend for 2013 was also put forward, which is estimated at more than 300,000 ba'anga. This dividend will be paid within the next 12 months. Over the past 5 years, the Ports Authority has paid over 3 million ba'anga to the government for its dividend and income tax.
Tonga College during the weekend marks its 131st anniversary at the Atela Indoor Stadium. The guest of honour at the programme was the Honourable Minister of Education and Training, Dr. Anatau Filungaki. Linda Filiai reports.
The president of the Liahona Stake Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saint, Inoke Kupu, blessed the day with a special sermon attended by the guests, student, teachers, parents, and many others. He told the gathering why parents, teachers, and students play an important role towards each other. It is important that parents and teachers give special attention to children. They had to show them love and lend a helping hand when needed, and to provide them with the right discipline that will comfort the children, but not harsh words that it can insult them. Present at the program was the High Commissioner of Australia to Tonga, His Excellency Pratt Eltham. The acting principal of Tonga College, Ms. Anna Veigoso, teachers and students, hosted the event including a luncheon program to the guests of honor and invited guests. Meanwhile, the president of the Ex-Student Association, His Serene Highness Prince Tungi, and some of the ex-students from Tonga and abroad are in Australia celebrating the 131st anniversary of the school.
Counsel Ganguhunu Afeaki objected the charges against Lord Dihate for possession of illegal firearm. Justice Charles Cato this morning adjourned the starting of court case for another month to enable both the prosecutor and the counsel for the accused to discuss an appropriate name for the charges against the accused. Counsel Afeaki told Radio and Television Tonga News that his client will be pleaded not guilty to the charges. He says that the charges were wrong. This comes after the arraignment set for today. Prosecutor will submit the application for the objection of the charges within a month after discussion between the two parties. The new CEO of the Ministry of Finance and Planning, Tataf Moeaki, has been nominated the 4th New Zealand's Prime Minister's Fellow to support Tonga's leadership. Lord Ivano endorsed the nomination of Mr. Moeaki as Prime Minister, John Key's Fellow for 2013. In 2012, the New Zealand High Commission in Nuku'alofa nominated Mr. Moeaki during his capacity as the Chief Executive Officer of the Ministry of Commerce, Tourism and Labour in consultation with Tonga's Prime Minister Lord Ivano for New Zealand Prime Minister John Key's approval. The week-long fellowship program included meetings with the Right Honourable Prime Minister John Key, the Minister for Foreign Affairs Honourable Murray Macaulay, observation of the New Zealand Parliament in session, New Zealand Treasury and other senior officials in government. The Leadership Fellow program started in 2008 when New Zealand presented Tonga with an annual fellowships for a senior public or private sector figure to travel to New Zealand. It is designed to focus on current leaders or emerging and potential leaders within both the public and private sectors of Tonga, including members of parliament, academia, business and the media. Any business can be charged if the prices of its goods exceeds the cost or tariff rates outlined by Tonga's law. This is after many retail businesses in Nuku'alofa were still using the old prices for specific food items such as tinned fish and vegetable oil, despite the law states that these kind of food should be affordable and costless to public. Linda Filier reports.
Speaking to Radio and Television Tonga News, the Chief Medical Officer of Public Health Division of the Ministry of Health, Dr. Malakai Akis, says, it is important for business owners to abide by the law, especially implying its good tariff. The new Amendment Act approved by Cabinet aimed at cutting the cost of healthy food items and to make it affordable for the consumer. The tariff rate for the tin fish has been decreased by 15%. However, if anyone knows any shop in Tonga that continues selling these food groups on its previous prices, they can lodge a complaint to the Ministry of Health or the Ministry of Commerce, Tourism and Labour. The chief medical officer adds that he had noticed the increase in the number of Tongans suffering from the NCTs in comparison to 1970s. However, this is part of their move to make a change. I believe in 10 years' time we will witness a decrease in the figures of those who would suffer from diabetes and high blood pressure. In the future, we will also try to decrease the tariff rate of other healthy food and increase the tariff rate of unhealthy food items. Meanwhile, it is understood that some shops in Nuku'alofa areas have increased the prices for the carbonated drinks imported from overseas, but the price of the tin fish and vegetable oils remain the same.
Magistrate Court last Friday ruled that a father should be taken for further examination concerning mental problem after pleaded guilty for assault. Bensimani Tuitabo, 52 years of age from Kolomotua, was charged for assault of his wife Akosita early this month. The prosecutor called Akosita as the first witness. She explained that the family problem is money and she had asked the accused on that night to find a job to look after the family. Then she got the assault as the answer from the accused. She also provided a letter from the doctor that examined her after the assault. The accused changed his plea after the wife's explanation and told the courtroom that his wife was not listening to him, according to the vow made on their wedding. Magistrate Simlon Tokalau questioned the accused, but he had problem with listening and responding back. Magistrate then ordered that the accused remain in custody until a report from the psychiatric unit of Viola Hospital. His sentence will be based on that report. In order to maintain peace and to combat the high school's chaos, the students must come together and socialize with each other. This prompted a one-day program conducted in Nuku'alofa last Friday. Sin Latu tells you more.
Speaking to television and radio Tonga News, the music director of Tonga Police Brass Band, Atunaisa Tamoipeau, says this program is to help make a change in the students' lives and to lessen school brawls. We are trying to change the attitude and the mentality of the students in Forms 1 to 4 to make a change and to stop fighting. During the entertainment, the brass band conductor of Liahona High School, Enile Palavi, told radio and television Tonga News that though the program aims at minimizing the chaos, but it is also a career pathway for students. Music can also become a career for many students, and they can be offered a musician job anywhere in Tonga and abroad. One entertainer, a student from Dubois College, Soakai Akimeta, says that he is happy to be part of this program. I am glad that this program takes place because we get to socialize with our brothers and other high schools and our sisters from Queen Charlotte College. It's about time to combat the schools fighting and to come together peacefully for a change. Participants were students from Liahona High School, Queen Charlotte College, Dubois College and Tonga College. Meantime, before the event, police arrested more than 60 students for fighting in Nuku'alofa. The same problem occurred last Saturday. For Television Tonga News, I'm Sini Latu.
And that's the local news. Sports is up next with Sini Latu.